Okay, here we are, the plot leak for episode 9 of Star Wars. Okay, first I would like to address the directors. This movie was originally supposed to be directed by Colin Trevorrow, but he was let go. And in his place, we have J.J. Abrams, again. I have heard that episode 9 will not be affected by The Last Jedi, so we're probably going to see episode 9 drawing more from The Force Awakens, which could be a good thing because apparently a lot of the questions will be finally answered. In my Last Jedi review, I said my opinion was a little shaky concerning Snoke's death, as well as Luke's death. And those two issues were addressed. Snoke wasn't given backstory because they want to save that opportunity for the future of Star Wars. Kind of like how in the original trilogy, we knew nothing about the Emperor, but in the prequels, we got to see his backstory. And concerning Luke's death, he was killed off to make more room for future characters in Star Wars. So I'm actually pretty okay with that. On to the plot leak. When I first read this, I had 3 reactions. The first reaction was yay! The second reaction was this. You know when you become so depressed and your brain can't handle it, so you just start laughing like a hysterical maniac? Oh, you don't? Oh, okay, it's just me then. And this was my third reaction. That would be an awful way to go about it. I'm happy to say my raging emotions have kind of leveled out and I have a bit of a clearer head to approach this subject now. So the A plot is going to be that Kylo Ren is seen as a benevolent ruler and the Resistance is losing a lot of its support up until a mole in the First Order tips them off that the planets of the unknown regions have been enslaved, which is the secret to the First Order's unlimited resources. The mole turns out to be Hux, which makes sense, considering Kylo Ren and Hux's past rivalry. And this plot will be resolved by the inhabitants of the unknown regions teaming up and preparing for war against the First Order. The B plot is going to focus on Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren. Where have they been up to this point? Heck, they should have been in the first movie. That would have made a lot more sense instead of them just popping up in the third movie, the final of this trilogy, and being like, hey, we actually exist. Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren will be hunting down Force sensitives who, in turn, will be fleeing to Rey for help. So Rey is going to start teaching the younger generation of Force sensitives, and it's going to turn out that one of them is her child. So apparently she and Ren have been keeping up communications through their Force bond, which apparently allows them to fully manifest themselves in front of each other. And when Ren finds out about this child, he loses his temper and nearly kills Rey to the point where it takes Leia to save her last minute. Okay, I have to address the A plot first. This could actually be made to work. If I could be allowed to rework this a little bit, I would have it go that Kylo Ren actually is a benevolent ruler, but Hux is pushing for him to take over the unknown regions. Kylo says no, and Hux turns on him and takes over the First Order, making Kylo Ren a fugitive. I think in order to work in the Knights of Ren, we'd have to say that they join Hux and the First Order, which would make Hux an overall more intimidating villain. And then Kylo Ren, in turn, would be forced to team up with Rey and the Resistance in order to stop Hux from taking over the unknown regions. And then we have the B plot. This plot is such a mess. First of all, it was made very clear at the end of The Last Jedi that Ren and Rey hate each other's guts. So, if they could fully manifest themselves in front of each other, they'd be more likely to kill each other than get all lovey-dovey. I'd say get rid of the Force bond, and so however long this time jump is going to be, they'd have that much time to recover from the last experience they shared together. Like, for pity's sake, this isn't a Harley Quinn Joker romance. That is not what I want to see. If Rey and Ren's relationship is going to work, Ren needs a redemption arc. I'm not saying he should totally switch over to the light side, but he needs to perform at least one more redeeming act. His redeeming act in The Last Jedi was obviously killing Snoke. And as for Leia, what? She can't be there! Seriously! It's been confirmed she's not going to be in the movie at all, so where does that come from? Then again, this is a plot leak and should be taken with a grain of salt, so I don't know, it sounds kind of fishy. But Leia's obviously not going to be there, so there's no way that could happen. Her popping up out of nowhere and saving Rey last minute. Nah, it's not gonna happen. Concerning the side characters, they need to build Finn and Rose's relationship. They need to show Poe as a capable leader. I think it's pretty clear at this point that we will see a return of the flashbacks from The Force Awakens, so I'm totally on board with that. Apparently, this movie will tie together all three trilogies, so the originals, the prequels, and the new trilogy. Concerning Force Ghosts, I would love to see Luke, Hayden Christensen as Anakin, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. I would love to see them all return as Force Ghosts. How epic would it be to see Force Ghost Anakin talking to his grandson? And going back to the flashbacks, in the first movie I felt like Ren and Rey, like they had a past that was being hinted at. And if anything, I want to see that mystery resolved. I think Ren knows they had a past together, but Rey doesn't. I would love to see those memories resurface, if those memories exist in the first place. I want to see Rey and Ren spend quality time together. No force bonding. Whoa. I want to see them fix Luke's lightsaber together. And I want to see them explore their past, or pasts, together. Getting down to the new Force sensitives, I would love to see them, but with all the new characters and new worlds that are going to be coming in, I'm afraid this movie is going to be super cluttered. If anything, I just want to see the Broom Boy come back. He's a fan of the Resistance, so maybe they could have it that he actually seeks the Resistance out and begins to train with Rey. Planets I would love to see come back is Mustafar, Naboo, Tatooine, maybe even Jakku. I want Rey to read the Jedi texts. That's basically all the information we have so far, so I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know if I'll be doing more Star Wars videos in future, but I guess we'll see. So until then, bye-bye.